Well, hey folks, today we're going to go out and do some metal detecting. I just figured I'd start the video right here at this high hill pond right here. Not quite a mountain, so we'll call it a hill, but beautiful little pond right here, yep. But the place we're going to is out through the woods here a ways. I found it on a 3D mapping system. It's a spot I've never been to before, but on the map here, I'll show you right here. You can see the depression in the ground right there. Like I said, I've never been there before, but we know it's an old site, late 1700s, early 1800s. So yeah, cross your fingers that we find something good, and if we don't, it's still gonna be fun, right? All right, we got to truck out through the woods here, probably I don't know, probably 3/4 of a mile. So I'll get walking. Beautiful day. Okay, we finally made it out to the site. Just a depression in the ground here. I see a few old stones kicking around here, but you really wouldn't tell if you didn't know that there was a place here. So a lot of undercover around. Be a little tricky to detect, but we've been through worse, so I'll get at it and see if we can find anything good. All right, stay tuned. Sure is pretty though, huh? Nice and green. I think we got a large scent. Had a couple targets over here. They were trash. I thought it was a good target here, but a bunch of iron around it. But I think we got a large scent down the hole. Let me show you. Where'd it go? Right there. See that? It's a large scent or something similar, I believe. It's definitely a copper coin. Yep, that's a large scent. All right, let me see if I can pull the date off real quick. Sorry, bugs are in my ears. Oops. No, I can't see a date on there. We'll have to look at that later. All right, and I was just saying the other day how it's been a while, so new site, good find. All right, having fun for sure. Woo! In a beautiful area. Okay, we got the large scent right here. Hear all the iron around it. That's why I thought it was gonna be trash. Right there we got a low 60s, but it's kind of choppy. 4 to 6 inches. I'll bring you back when we're closer. Rusty old nail. All right, let's check the hole again. Make sure that wasn't it. A lot of times rusty old nails will sound good though. Oh, still got something in there. I'll keep digging. Let's try the pinpointer. If I'm not close, I'll bring it back. Yep, right there. Oh, right there. Piece of an old pocket watch, it looks like. I'm not positive, but that's what I'm guessing. Maybe not. Got kind of design at the top there. Not really sure what that was, but okay, I'll keep moving. All right, I've only moved just a couple feet away. That one's reading 70s, 60s, a little bit of 80s and down the 40s. So I don't know if it's a good target, a combined metal target, or an irony one, but I'll bring you back when we're closer. Hey, little buddy, what are you doing out here? All right, I'm closer now. And it seems to be a small object, unless it's still deep. Let's dig it out together here. I'm sorry if I'm scratching. I'd almost brought my tripod, but I didn't want to carry it all the way out here with me. Still right there. Right there, irony piece of junk. Check the hole again. Nope, that was it. Irony piece of junk. Alright, I'll keep swinging. Okay, the last target was junk. That could be silver, folks. That could be silver. I'll bring you back when we're closer. No, just a big hunk of copper or brass. Okay, I'll keep poking around, man. Thought that was going to be silver. I found a rusty old nail at first. I thought that was it. We still had a signal. And yeah, it turned out to be that piece of copper. Okay, we got a low 60s right here. I had to light a cigar though. These bugs are eating me up, man. It says it's only about 2 inches down, so I figured we'd dig it up together. Right in there. Try to get around it, not scratch it. That's it right there. What is that? I'm not really sure. I don't know. Alright, I'll keep moving, man. I'll keep moving. Okay, I've been working my way around. The old cellar hole was right in there. The large scent was right there. We found a target over there. Moving up this way. And this is all like a little flat area right in here. You probably can't tell, but I think it might be where they turn their wagon around or something. But we got a high 60s target right in here. I scraped it off with my foot, but it sounds pretty shallow, so let's dig it up together. Right there. High 60s. Maybe a coin, maybe a button. Sorry if I'm shaking it around too much. Looks like we spit it out of the hole right there. No, hunk of lead. Old deer slug. Damn, sometimes they sound pretty darn good, huh? Alright, as usual, I'll keep swinging. Okay, I've had a couple targets that sounded really good. One over there, you can see where I dug. And just trash, iron, deep iron. This one sounds really good. There's no growl around it at all. Reading 85, 87. That's probably going to be a good one. 6, 8 inches down. I'll bring it back when I'm closer. Of course, it might be irony junk, but we'll find out. Okay, we got it out of the hole here someplace. Right there. Another coin. Looks like another coin right there. Another large cent. Another large cent. Woo! Yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, heck yeah. Alright, that one looks like it's in better shape than the last one. Nice. I thought that was going to be a piece of trash. Alright. I'll recheck the hole. That's my digging tool. Oh, that's my pinpointer. Alright. I'll pick those up. I'll check the hole again. Number 2, guys. Number 2. Guys and gals, number 2. Alright. Having fun for sure, man. Let's have a quick spin around. Look how beautiful it is. It's actually not as green as what the camera's showing it, but that's okay to me. Still very pretty out here. Alright, I'll keep swinging. Well, here comes the rain. I almost didn't come today because they were calling for rain. It's supposed to rain pretty heavy this evening, this afternoon. We came out anyway, but we've got around probably a third of the area close to the foundation. We haven't done any of the outskirts yet, but yeah, here comes the rain. Hopefully it doesn't start raining too hard. We'll stick it out as long as we can. Okay, let me show you the difference when I mean it sounds like iron, even though it sounds like a good target. Now right up there by that tree where we got that large scent, remember how crisp and clear that sound was? High tone, now listen to this. Get a nice high tone right there, right? Hear the other crap around it? And then when I use my pinpoint right here, see how big it is? Great big target. So I'll guarantee that's a piece of irony junk right there. I'll dig it up and show you. That's just how you tell the difference. But I will dig it up just to show you. Watch, you can see the iron. See it? Rust. See, so that's how you tell the difference between better targets and irony junk when it sounds good. Just so you get a little bit of chatter around it, and usually the target is really big. Now sometimes you get a really good target sounding, but and there's no junk around it, but it's a very deep target, and a lot of times that's just iron junk too. But anyway, yeah, these bugs are eating me alive, man. That's okay, we're still having fun. And don't forget, you gotta watch out for the wells when you're out here. I haven't found it yet, but can very easily step right into them. So when you're around these old sites, just keep in mind there's a well someplace. You don't want to fall in that baby. Okay, I'll keep swinging. Alright, I've made my way all the way around. The cellar hole is right on the other side of that cherry tree right there. Made my way around, some junk, more junk. I got a good sound target right here. 70-71. 6 inches. I'll bring it back when we're closer. Well, that was just an old piece of brass. Alright, I'll keep moving. Alright, the cellar hole's right over in there, and I've just been whipping around the outside here. Like I said in my other detecting videos, I try not to hunt them all really good first few times, you know, because I like to have the chance to come back and find some stuff. So I whipped around here really quick, and someplace here, got a low to middle 60s. Says it's 6 inches deep. I'll bring it back when I'm closer. Alright, I got her on the pinpointer. Pluck it out with a spade if I can find it. There it is. Pinpoint. Looks like a coin. No, Uncle Lead maybe. Or an old button. Maybe an old pewter button or something there. No, that's not even it. That's a rock. Right there. Is that a coin? Maybe I need more practice at this metal detecting stuff, huh? Keeps running around. Don't want to be found. Alright, give me a minute. Alright, right here someplace. Right there somewhere. Right here. Yep, an old button. Old button, that's where the shank used to go. Gonna have to clean that off. Sometimes you get an old military button or old good button. You can't really see the design on it yet. Old button though, old flat button. Alright, that's a good little find. Okay, there's the old well. And the foundation, the cellar hole is right up behind that cherry tree right there. Right in there. About 25 yards away, the old well. Alright, I'll swing around this, see what we come up with. Here comes the strawberries. Yummy. Alright, I'm still whipping around the outside here. I came around to the other side. And we got a middle 60s right here. Bring it back more closer. It's a wee little button. Hang on, I got a bug in my ear. That one feels like it's decorative too. Yep, got some decoration on there. There's the shank right there. Nice little old button. Alright, we'll clean that one up later too. Alright, I'll keep going around the outside. Yeah, I swung around the outside. I figured it's about time to go. These bugs are still eating me alive. I know I should wear bug spray, but I don't really care to wear that. Put those chemicals all over me. On my way back to my coat over there. And right in this area is where we found that first large scent. But anyway. Got 60s, 70s. That could be plated something or junk. I'll bring it back when we're closer. That'll probably be the last target. Oh, it's just a giant's ring. That's all, a giant's ring. Alright, let's get out of here. These bugs are tearing me up, man. Okay, we made it home. I was going to stop at the pond and clean this stuff up, but there was somebody there fishing. I didn't want to disturb them. Let me dig these coins out of here. These large cents. It's funny, we just asked for large cents too. We were hoping to cross your fingers and everything. I crossed my fingers when we were out there. It just took some time for that to actually happen. Okay, I'll dig the stuff out of here that I think should be cleaned. And let me just point out, you don't ever clean coins, okay? Like, don't ever attack them with a brush or anything. I mean, some people say otherwise, but my advice is don't clean coins. I'll just wash the dirt off them. They're obviously dirty. They came out of the earth, right? But I just kind of rub my fingers over them with just right down in the water like that. Maybe just a drop of soap on each one, and then rinse them off real good until I can pull a date. Now, if the coin is toasted to the point where you can't see a date at all, then go after it with, you know, they make tools, they're called Andre pencils. You can try those, or just use your toothbrush, and just so you can pull a date and identify the coin. And if it's even so bad that that don't work, then you can attack it with something else, because it's pretty much, you know, it doesn't hold any value at that point except for sentimental. So then that's when you can really go after them and clean them to identify them. But my advice is don't clean coins, only just enough so you can tell what they are and possibly read the date. Let me get this stuff cleaned up and then we'll have a look at it. Alright, I got them washed off. As you can see, there's still crud on it. I just very lightly, like barely touch the coin underwater and just get the dirt off. But this beauty, she's in a good shape right there. You can fully see Liberty on there. See the reeded edge all the way around. That's an 1838. Not sure if you can make that out. I'll turn it in the light. You might be able to catch it. When I first saw it, I thought 1888, but that's not possible. They didn't make large cents then. And an 1846. This one's still a beauty, but it's not in quite as good shape. 1846. See that? But with buttons though, I take the nylon brush right to them. Unless they're gilded, then I'm a little softer with them. But that one's kind of fancy. Got like a reeded edge and circles in the middle. There might have been a flower on there at one time. And that one there's a plain Jane London. And I still don't know what that is. That seam goes around the center of it there. It's full of mud right now, but you know what that is? I don't either. And our Giant's ring. He was probably mad when he lost that. And some junk. Alright. That's going to be about it. Okay, I just wanted to show you this. This is the 2017 Coin Red Book. And for the date that we found, there's 3 different style dates. A small date, a medium date, and a tall date. And if you look over here, of course these are 2017 prices, but the value of them doesn't really increase no matter what the date till you get up in higher higher grades of the coin. And down here there's a reference to it. I believe we have the 1846 medium date, but it's hard to tell without comparing coins to coins. And the 1838, where's that? Down here. 1838, just a common date. Same thing. Just thought I'd show you that. Alright folks, I'll see you on the next one. Go check out some of those guys. And we'll probably be working someplace in this area right about there.